Bitcoin just fell to $18,500. Why is it important that it holds the bottom, which was about 17,000? Because if it breaks it, we could see one of the biggest great resets of crypto of all time. What am I talking about? Welcome back to Crypto Gains for another video. I'm going to show you what I'm talking about. And I want to just print out a scenario right now in this video just to show you what could seriously happen should we dip that little bit lower. Because some people are saying, oh, you know, it needs to come down a bit more. We need to see $10,000 or $12,000. But I want to show you a reason as to what happens if we go that low. And, you know, because some people think that'll be it. We go and print a new all-time high after that. Let's get into this. Welcome back. If it sounded interesting, drop that like. I think I said that. I'm going to show you this chart here. I've been showing you this, and we've been following it from 2014's bottom. If I really squeeze this out, you can see the last 2014 cycle down here. So here was the bottom. All of this area I've copied, and then I basically brought it forward because it looked like we was in some form of a fractal pattern. You know, it's similar. It's like we've done it before. Are we following something similar? And then I want to show you this chart here, and this one scares me because if this was to play out, all these people that are saying, oh, you know, we're just going to have one last little low, it's just going to dip a little bit lower, then we're going off to the moon to 100K, you may be surprised. It might shock you more than what you're about to think when it comes to having one last dip. One last dip, so let's get into this. Sorry, my throat. Froggy in my throat. This chart here is, you know, like I said, 2014's bottom. And this is what we saw, you know, we saw it play. If I move this out of the way, you can see that we saw it play out. We had this fall here, and, you know, we marked our bottom. And it looks like it's been doing something similar. You know, we came up, we come down, we came up, come down. We've been floating around this area for a long period of time. And in my last video, I said, you know, we saw a sharp rise up. And I said, don't be surprised if we see it come back down. And, you know, I was saying something like, you know, like $19,500 when it's come a bit lower. And if you look close to this, you know, it looks to me that, I mean, I don't know, are we following this? Are we following something similar? Because, you know, you can match it up. You know, these are the sort of lowest prices where we were before. And, to me, it looks like we are still kind of following something similar. And this kind of mark, you know, 18,200. As long as we don't go below the last all-time bottom, well, all-time high, the last bottom, which was right down here, we may be all right. You know, we can float in this area for a long period of time, see highs and lows. That was $17,533. If we break that, then, you know, that's the second chart that I'm going to show you. But, you know, according to this, if this is playing out still, and again, I can't confirm it for sure, but if this is playing out, and we are following something like this, I mean, our next move would be back up to $20,000 right here. So, you know, time will tell over the next week to see what happens. But put 20,400, 20,500 on your little notepad. And then we can see if it plays out, if we see a big rise up again and it goes to $20,000. And if that's the case, then yeah, I'm going to expect this to be following this for a bit longer, but time will tell. At some point it could break it. If it does, then obviously then this is a whole void. It doesn't make any sense at all as to what's going on with the price. But this is the serious part. Now, I got the Fibonacci retracements up. Usually on the Fib, I have it, let me just see if I can grab it up so I can show you. Let me grab up the Fibonacci. Here we go. Usually I set this to Fib levels based on log scale. And what does that mean? Well, you have two different types of scales here. You've got the logarithmic version here, and then you've got the normal chart here. Now, it doesn't matter which way I show you because I've taken it off of log scale, and this is what it would look like if it's off log scale. So you can see like we have the massive parabolic run. You can still see the Fibonacci support levels, right? And I'm trying to show you this from a different perspective. So what I can do now is, whether I leave it on or not, I just want to really show you the huge impact that could come should we see just one little dip. You know, because people saying, oh, you know, we've got to go down to 14K or 12K or 10K. If we were to do that, it might shock many people. I think we would be going lower, and we could very well see the prices of what we saw right back in 2018. This will be one of the biggest great resets of crypto history in all time if it was to break. Why? Because when you look at this right now, these Fibonacci levels have been holding clean support of these Fibonacci retracements. You know, we had a saw a sharp rise up. Look at the green, came down to this blue. You know, come up here. Okay, I'm fiddling about here. We almost reached the top up here. We held support back down here. Look at it. It's been bouncing in between these like Fibonacci's. We peaked up here. Again, we've been playing in this green box zone. I'm just trying to show you that there was formula, there was structure. And when we fell down, we came right down to this sort of area here. And what do they class this as? This blue line. This blue line is the 0.786 Fibonacci level. And, you know, that's a little bit of support in the past, back in December 2020. You see this little area here, then we bounced off it, went straight up. But we held it here when we came crashing down back in June 22nd. June 22. 13th of June 2022. And, you know, again, we've been floating about in this whole area between the 0.786 and the does it say it here? 0.702. So I would expect to hold this area, which is why I believe this, you know, the bottom was in. You know, I believe this was the bottom, but time's going to tell, right? We're getting close. If we were to break it and see one little drop down to, I don't know, because people are saying $10,000. Well, that's down about here. Why do I feel that that's not going to hold justice and, you know, make people, because people think we're going to, you know, we could come down to here and then we can go up to a all new high, a new time high. You know, prices come skyrocketing up right up here. I don't, or past here to 200. I don't think it's going to happen. I think if we break, right, if we break this Fibonacci, which is the 0.786, this blue line. Look at where the next Fibonacci level is. It is right down here at the bottom of this red zone. It's going to shock a lot of people. And this is where I would be looking to see Bitcoin go should it break it. And that puts it right back at the very last all-time lows of 2018 cycle. And this isn't a joke. And, you know, anything can happen in the world of crypto. So, you know, maybe this might play out, maybe it won't. But I just want to give you this scenario to take with you on your journey and just show you why dropping down to something like a 12,000 or 10,000, there's nothing there that says, oh, okay, well, maybe we will go back up after that. Fibonacci retracement levels are quite powerful, and I think that if it should break it, we might see it come right lower, and then this is where you bounce off for the support, and then you start to slowly build up again and rise up again, because there's no other retracement levels in this area. And like I said, it doesn't matter if I show you this on a logarithmic scale or a normal scale, you can still see when I stretch out, there's no other Fibonacci in this area that's going to hold it as support. So the next drop would be straight down to here. Just clean wiping out everyone and everything. I don't want to laugh, but you're going to see the altcoin market come down with it as well, should this play out. And it just also takes away everything else that we know about crypto. Meaning that, sorry, let me just, I've stretched it out wrong. Hold on a minute, let me just come here and re-stretch the price. Meaning that all the other indicators that we use, all void. Everything. You know, the stochastic RSI, the RSI, all void. Don't even pay attention to them anymore for the rest of your life, because it doesn't make sense at all. No, you know, because this is telling me on the monthly time frame that we've already bottomed out. You know, every time we saw the bottom before, if you look back here, look at the last cycles, look at this RSI, look at where the purplish was before here, and look at where the price was back here, bottom, and look at the last time we saw the RSI down here, look at where the price was, bottom. All this is bottom zone area. You see, unless we do dip down there and just see one sharp wick, like it gets bought up within the space of like, I don't know, an hour or something. You see a massive drop, sharp wick, and it just gets bought back so fast, literally so fast. That's something that could happen. And I'm just trying to work it out in my head as to how we could dip that low, and then, you know, and just, I don't know, and then it comes right back above this blue line again, you know, this Fibonacci for support. But yeah, you know, I'm waiting for this to happen. You know, I'm waiting for this purple line or pinkish purple line to cross this yellow line that tells me that, you know, with bull cycles on. But according to this, you know, I just want to lay out this other scenario that it could be different. But everything else is telling us that we have already seen the bottom. So, short, sweet and simple, what do you think? Do you think we're going to see one more drop? if you do, you know, where will we drop to, and how much lower do you think it's going to go? Don't get it twisted. Like, if it does fall, and we see like a $12,000 or $10,000, we can go back up. I think we could go back up. We could probably see another $35,000-$40,000 price for Bitcoin, but that would be it. That would be it until it rolls over again and comes crashing right back down, and eventually it will hit $3,000. Okay, so, and if we see a price lower than this, then I would be looking to cash out all of my crypto around about the next, you know, retracement, which would be the 40,000-ish prices. I don't know, according to some of these price targets, right? You know, when you look at the indicators and stuff. But we'll get to that as time goes on. I'm gonna leave it here. Don't want to make it too long. If this was helpful to you, please drop that like, give me a subscribe if you're new watching. Again, I just want to show you a different scenario here. What's the best that can happen now? We start to go back up to $20,000. $20,400 means we're playing this. We're forming a great bottom structure, which eventually can just fly off to the moon. If you want to become a Patreon so you don't miss this stuff, I've got 7 tiers. Take your pick. I don't have it up. I got my super alerts up. It just shows different things. You can click the link in my info section. It shows the different tiers. I say go for my exclusive VIP partner tier. If you want these super alerts, it gives you access to my VIP Telegram group. In there, I talk to them way before I buy, way before I sell. We're discussing big projects that can 100x our money, doing stealth buys. You can't see what we're buying on YouTube because we're doing it stealthily. Stealthily? Is that word? Stealth. Stealth buys. And, you know, some great stuff happening over here. So if you can afford it, that's the next tier above. Make sure you grab it. Thank you for watching, and I look forward to seeing you in my next video. Cheers.